Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Term 2, our Trinity term of 2020. This morning as I got out of bed, I had a shower and then I thought, let me put on my tie and my jacket. 3 guesses to the tie. It's the maths tie, which you all know. I've even got my gown on. You can see it here. I asked Enoch to open up the chapel. I asked Mr. Engler to come through. All in an attempt to get back to some kind of normality. But then as I put on my mask, which is lying over here, I realized things aren't normal, actually. And will probably never be the same again. And so I thought to myself, just get used to it. And I think you know as well as I do that things are probably really never going to be the same again in our country and in our world. But let's get used to it and make the best of it. Some things we will, however, continue to do at St. Martin's, and so I want to read to us a Bible verse, as we always do at the beginning of term, and it comes from James chapter 1. It's an interesting Bible verse. It says there, consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come to you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is tested, and it shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything difficult prematurely. Let it do its work, so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. And that's from the Message. In other translations it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds. What an interesting perspective. And so James is saying, when things get difficult, consider it a gift, because you're going to get out at the end much stronger. And I think I do want to remind ourselves at this point how fortunate we really are at St. Martin's. If you'd listened to the minister, you would have heard that there are 1,300 schools in our country that don't have running water. So they can't even wash their hands. And without running water, it's obvious that they don't have toilets. They've actually just got long drops. There were 500 schools during this lockdown time that were vandalized and burnt down. And so, although this online learning at home perhaps isn't ideal, what I want to say to you, it's a whole lot better than so many kids in our country have got. They've got no access to computers, to data, to online, to any online learning possibilities. They've got nothing like that. And so let's make the most of it. And in that typical St. Martin's gees, let's just get on with it and make the best we can. I think this term will require a lot more self-discipline. And we as teachers don't want to be chasing after you for every piece of work. And so I'm asking you to be really, really responsible this term. And you know that at the end of the day, whatever you learn in this institution is to your benefit. Our teachers are ready. I need you to know that they've had very little holiday. They've worked really hard at getting themselves organized with MS Teams and their lessons, and they're ready to help you as they always have been. So I don't want you to look for hundreds of excuses. Just get on with it. But in the last 3 weeks of the last term, I was really heartened at how many of you actually took this online learning seriously. And I have every confidence that this is going to be a really great term, even though it's going to be very different. I also want to remind you, keep exercising. Mrs. Bartlett has some really cool challenges which she is sending through to you. Get involved and keep exercising. Before I ask Ms. Engler to play our school hymn or our school prayer, I want to just mention one quote. The most critical time in any battle is not when you're tired. It's when you no longer care. And so I want to encourage you, care, and it will make all the difference. Please won't you perhaps stand at home as we sing our school prayer. Ms. Engler.